Good morning. This is Shroom again, the original Shroom. This Gillette ad. I had a lousy night last night after I cut that short one I did about this Gillette ad. I decided to look some more into it. Now, if you go to the newspaper or to the article on it, you'll see that the director of this ad is a Kim Gehrig, Gehrig. She's an Australian who works in England. Now, if you go to her own website, where she features her work, under About Kim Featured Work Archives, you're going to see a bunch of her ads. One of the first ones that caught my eye was one called You Think You're a Man. And it's got a very muscular bodybuilder type guy on with his arched back. Like, okay, we're going to show manly man here, working out, getting strong, maybe starting out as the wimp of the school and growing up and becoming a real man, the work and effort that took to become very muscular. Well, you get watching the ad, and it starts off with him being abused by his father. Then with him being beat up by the schoolyard bullies and such. Does show him working out. Then it shows him taking steroids and getting stronger via chemicals instead of hard work, instead of just hard work. And then it shows him, for no apparent reason, shows him just walking up behind a guy and cold cocking him, sucker punching him. Then goes back to showing more shots of him being working out and taking steroids. So obviously, toxic masculinity. All right. Next ad that caught my attention is one here, Phenomenal Women. And, these women are allowed to work out. They get into gyms. They box. They're violent. Women are allowed to be violent. They're allowed to get into gyms and put on the gloves and box. Men aren't. Men aren't allowed to wrestle. Boys aren't allowed to wrestle. But these women, yeah, show you're a real woman. Get out there. Put on the boxing gloves. Be violent. Yes, wonderful. Isn't that just great? Then we get to another ad of her, Skyla versus Girly. Guess what? Yes, another ad showing women being violent and fighting. Putting on the boxing gloves. Yes, yay, wonderful. Yeah, women, get out there and fight. Be men. Be the old men. Fight. Hold up the gloves. Yes, you don't have to be a soft and frail woman. You can be out there and fight. Yay, women! Oh, another ad here I love by her. Viva la Vobo. Boba? Yes, Viva la Boba. In other words, talking female genitalia, singing a song, showing everything from, you got tacos. Anything that looks like female genitalia is being shown, singing a stupid song. How wonderful this is. Yes, yay! We're women. We got female parts that sing. Yay! But men, no men, men, you can't get out there and wrestle. You can't get out there and use your muscles. Oh, no. You gotta be soft. Because if you use your muscles, you're going to beat up people. Yes, you're mean. You're violent. You can't handle it. But women, yes, women can get out there and do this. Women are the new men. Men are the new doormats. Soft and gentle. I've got the real suspicion that the people at Procter and Gamble, the people at Gillette, they knew exactly who they were hiring and the message they wanted to get out. I think one of the things we need to get back looking at is who are our boys using as role models as they're growing up. When I was growing up, I had role models such as James Arness from Gunsmoke, the Bonanza TV show, Paladin, wonderful role models. I had teachers, male teachers. I had male principals. I had male assistant principals. Men were involved in my life in making me and helping me grow and helping me to adjust to how my body was changing. Boys today, who's in the news? You got these 10-year-old male drag queens posing with naked men. You've got people, you've got feminists. You've got the TV shows teaching boys that they shouldn't be violent. They should be soft. They shouldn't box. They shouldn't learn kickboxing, karate, judo. These are all things that when I was growing up, boys were taught how to box. Boys were taught martial arts. Boys were taught how to deal with their changing bodies. Now boys are taught that you want to get out and play? Here, take these drugs. ADHD. You're not suitable. You're a defective, as other people said, you're a defective girl. No. Boys are boys. They do not need to be taught that they're girls who are broken. Just as girls need to be taught that they are girls. They're not boys. And this whole thing, feminism has really gone a long way to destroying what our young men are taught anymore. Our schools haven't been a big help with this. Back when I was teaching adults, but one of the lessons that we were taught very early as instructors is that the mind can only learn what the seat can endure. In other words, you've got to be able to get people up and out of their chairs to move around because they get bored. Children even more so. Boys even more so. Boys need to be able to get out of that chair on occasion, go out, burn off energy, run around, play tag, volleyball, whatever, something to do. Schools have gotten away from having scheduled recess 2 or 3 times a day, at least twice a day. The kids need to get out to play. And while they're in school, especially boys, they don't do this. Girls, for some reason, don't need to burn the energy as much as boys do. I don't understand why. I'm not a medical doctor. It's just a fact as I have observed it. So now when teachers are teaching their class and they see their boys are getting antsy and such, the first thing they start calling for is drugs. ADHD. I don't know how many times I've heard a teacher say, well, your son just won't sit still. He's got ADHD. You need to get him tested. But we want him on Ritalin. We want him on one of these drugs to get him under control. Whereas instead of getting him on drugs, take him outside, let him run around for 15 minutes, 20 minutes, burn off energy. He'll come back in. He'll be able to sit down. He'll be able to learn. But that's not the way they do it. They'd rather force feed him a drug to sit down and be quiet. In other words, they treat him as a broken girl. So this just takes us all the way back around to the beginning of this whole mess, the Gillette commercial. What are they teaching us to teach? What are they trying to get us to teach our boys? That they're broken girls, that they shouldn't be wrestling, they shouldn't be playing. Now, do we allow kids to beat up on each other? Do we allow mob mentality? Do we allow the schoolyard bullies? Do we allow people to chase other people down and beat them up? No, that's not what I'm saying, and you will not hear me say that. Don't accuse me of saying that. What I am saying is that you get the one-on-one wrestling match, let them wrestle. They're going to do it. It's good for them. It is a way for boys to bond with each other. That's nothing is wrong. That's centuries and centuries this has been going on. There's nothing wrong with it. Gillette, allow us to raise our children. Allow us to raise our boys the way we see fit, not the way you see fit. This is wrong. You have lost customers. I'm sure you were prepared to lose customers because what you're thinking is that women do the grocery shopping, women do the bulk of the buying, and women are going to love your commercials and they're going to buy your products. You're hoping to see an uptick in at least the sales of your feminine products, and you're going to maybe lose some male customers, but honestly, you're thinking men don't go out and buy their own razors, their wives do. So guess what? I buy my own razors. My son buys his own razors, and there's at least two of us who are no longer going to be buying Gillette razors.